If you ever thought I literally cannot go on holiday because all of my sales will be so slow, then this video is for you. So the question we're asking today is, can you as a reseller go on holiday? Hey Fleek family, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chloe, the owner of Retro Clothes Shop. If you're new here, I am a full-time reseller. I sell on platforms like Vinted, Depop and eBay and on Whatnot as well. And I also work with Fleek Vintage Wholesale, which is where I get all of these lovely waistcoats in the background from. Fleek is how I stock my shop up every single month without having to go to charity shops and car boot sales. Today, we're going to be talking about something that doesn't get discussed enough in the reselling world. What happens to your sales and your shops and your pages when you stop listing for maybe 2 or more weeks? Does the algorithm bury you? Does your income just stop? And is passive income really real from reselling, or is it a myth? I've been doing this long enough now to have the answers for this, so let's get into it. Section 1 is all about what happens to your listings when you actually stop listing. So the first thing to note is the fact that the answer primarily just depends on the platform that you're using and also how your shop is set up before you leave. So we're going to break this down platform to platform, starting with Depop first. Depop now, I do believe, has a built-in holiday mode feature, which it didn't used to have before. And what it does have also is an algorithm that rewards activity. So if you're uploading new items, you're refreshing your items and you're getting engagement, then the app will reward you for that. So if you go completely dark on the app for a very long time, then your sales most likely will dip. Here's the thing, if you've got a strong curated catalog already, and if your items are photographed well, priced right to move fast, then you're probably still going to make sales, but just on a slower scale as what you usually would if you were uploading every single day. Vinted does have holiday mode also built into the app, which is really useful if you're taking a long time off. And it pretty much does what it says on the tin. It pauses your shop so that buyers know that you're away and you can't post that item. It also just stops the clock on your response time metrics as well. This is genuinely useful because your listings do not disappear, but buyers know that you're just on a break. Use it if you need to because there's no shame in it. eBay also has a time away feature too, which is very similar to Depop and Vinted. You can actually choose whether you want to hide your listings entirely or just extend your handling time whilst you're away. And this is my honest advice, is to just extend your handling time. So this is your shipping time basically. Rather than hiding everything, it just lets the buyer know that it's going to be a little bit slower on you shipping that item out to them. And usually if it's an item that they really, really want, then they're going to wait for it. Because let's face it, hidden listings do not sell. Section 2 is, do algorithms really punish you? This is the biggest fear. I think that's the biggest question, and it's the biggest fear from every reseller I've ever spoken to. So the moment that you stop listing, the algorithm is going to bury you and you're going to have to start all again from scratch. But realistically, that's not the case. Here is the real answer. Algorithms reward consistency, but they're not going to necessarily punish just one breakaway. What they do punish is prolonged inactivity with no prep work. And the thing that's going to change this game for you is your drafts. On Depop and eBay and Vinted especially. So you can essentially batch prepare your listings before you go. Even if it's one a day, it's going to be enough. If you've got all your photographs, all your titles and all your descriptions done, then you're pretty much ready to go. You can either schedule these to go live or just have somebody that you trust ready to post them whilst you're away. And if you've got somebody that can ship your items from your home whilst you're away, then that's even better. Like I've said, just uploading 1 or 2 items a day is enough to keep the algorithm happy and know that you're an active user still. And this is something I'm a really big advocate for. Batching your listings over daily listings is really important. Daily listing definitely feels more consistent, but batch listing means that you can take a day off, a week off, and even a holiday off too. And of course, you can do that without your whole system falling apart. You're basically just going to front load the work and then your shop is going to run itself for a while. And in the next section of this video, I just genuinely want to stop and talk about Fleek because it's genuinely changed the way that I view this and the way I run my business. One of the reasons why resellers feel that they can't take a break is because of the sourcing aspect. It does take a lot of time to find the right pieces. So you might be driving to charity shops, car boot sales, or even wholesalers in the UK. Essentially, you're just relying on finding the right stuff at the right time and hoping that it's there. When you stop doing that, your stock flow dries up. So what I do now for my business is I use Fleek Vintage Wholesale to source every single piece. And Fleek is a wholesale marketplace app where you can literally buy thousands of different bundles from hundreds of different wholesalers. You can, of course, buy bundles by exact, representative, or even handpick your stock if you want to. And because you're buying wholesale, your margins are more flexible because you can actually raise the price higher because the items might be more sought after. So essentially that means that you and I can sit down and do one big massive sourcing session without having to travel anywhere. And that means you'll have a week's worth of inventory, maybe even months worth of inventory, photographed and listed and ready to go. So before I take a break to go on holiday, I always do a Fleek wholesale order. I'll sort the stock and then I'll batch photograph absolutely everything. I'll batch draft everything, so all the descriptions and all the titles are complete, and pricing is also done too. And I'll make sure that I do all of this before I leave. That means my shop will have new listings going live every single day because I've prepped and planned for that. Even when I'm physically not doing anything, I can be by the pool and I can literally upload those items. And if you've never used Fleek and it's your first order that you're placing today with us, then make sure that when you download the app, you use the code that's in the description box below, because you will get money off your first order. So now we know where to source the stock from. How do we actually set up your shop before you leave? Right, so practically speaking, what does a holiday setup actually look like? Step 1, prep all of your listings before you leave. Get your drafts done. Even 10 to 15 items for that week or two is genuinely enough to keep your shop ticking over. Step 2, turn on holiday mode where applicable. Vinted, I would recommend that you do it if you're going 2 weeks or more. For eBay, I would recommend that you just extend the handling time or the shipping time so that your items don't stay hidden. Now for Depop, this is something I do and I found it really useful. You can actually make a listing that tells buyers when your next shipping date is, or you can put it in your bio. This way, the buyers will know that there will be a delay, and usually, like I've said before, they won't mind waiting for it if it's something that they really love. Step 3 is to set an out-of-office message tone. If he messages you about an item, just reply to them and tell them the date that you're going to be back and that you'll get the measurements to them then. People will respect it if you do this. And you're probably going to make the sale when you're back rather than just ignoring that customer. And step 4 is to keep your existing listings clean. Before you go, just take an hour of your time to refresh any listings that you have not sold yet, or items that have been sat on your page for quite a long time. You might want to update the title, update the description, or reorder or take brand new pictures if you can. You could even tweak the price a little bit and reduce it. This just gives them one last push before you step away for a few weeks. Now we're going to move on to section 5, what happens when you come back from your holiday. Sometimes when you've been on holiday too, there might be an opportunity for you to go and source pieces, which I really, really like the idea of this, and sometimes I've even done it myself. But this is the part that not many people talk about. Coming back from a break might feel a little bit overwhelming, and honestly, on those first days when you're back, it might just be a little bit slower than usual. And you know what? That's okay, because you deserve a break. What I would recommend that you do is don't come back and panic list absolutely everything all at once. Come back and relist anything that's not moving or hasn't moved for a very long time. Upload any drafts that you prepped, but you might want to do this 3 days or 2 days before you actually return. And then just give yourself time to get back into the rhythm of things. The algorithm, of course, it's going to pick back up, especially on Depop. The moment that you start listing again is another opportunity for you to get paid, and visibility will increase the more that you list. Within about a week of consistent activity, you'll be back at where you were before you left. And sometimes it's even better because you've got better stock, and better stock is always a winner. The resellers that I see a lot of the time will struggle because they don't do the prep work before they leave. They'll just come back to a shop that looked exactly what it used to look like 2 weeks ago. Freshness and re-uploads and relisting and brand new listings really matter. So like I've said, just prep before you go, get your drafts ready so that when you come back, you'll have something to list. So can you go on holiday as a full-time reseller? Yes, of course you can. We've debunked that myth. But it takes a bit of system building to do it so that when you return, your income is not going to flatline. So this is the short version, and basically to summarize everything I've just told you. So if you are a reseller and you're looking to take a holiday, then just take note of this. Prep your drafts before you go and use holiday mode where applicable. Batch source everything before you go. And of course, Fleek Wholesale is brilliant for this. And come back with a plan rather than a panic. You should feel inspired. I always find that when I've gone on holiday and I come back to my reselling business, I feel inspired and ready to start work again. And sometimes having a break to reset is usually one of the best things that you can do. If this video has helped you in any way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and turn the bell notification on so that you never miss when we post. Thank you ever so much for watching. We will see you in the next video.